It's interesting that the things we cherish most are the same things we walk right by. They become so intertwined in the status quo that ultimately it becomes impossible to tell them apart from our day-to-day. That is, impossible until things change. Because as it turns out, that thing we call life, it has a say. There's a saying, you never really know what you have until it's gone. And sometimes it takes the most abrasive of reminders, the harshest of times, to help us recapture that perspective, to lift us up and show us what we had previously failed to see. And while our darkest moments test our strength, they push our boundaries, even transform our reality, they can also be the bridge that leads us exactly where we need to be. They remind us that sometimes it's not about how we spend our time, but who we spend it with. That quiet brings clarity, and the world can spin so fast that we forget to think about our place within it. It reminds us how humanity is bigger than the sum of its parts, and it takes just as much energy to build up as it does to tear down. It reminds us that no matter where we live, what we speak, or who we pray to, we're not so different after all. It reminds us that there is so much more good in this world than evil, so much more love than hate, and so much promise for tomorrow. Someday we'll look back on this moment with the lessons we've learned, the hardships we've faced, and we will be reminded of the miracle that is the human spirit, unwavering in its resolve, unbreakable at its foundation, stronger than we could ever comprehend. See, sometimes it's hard to look around and find a reason to be optimistic, to understand or comprehend why. But what we'll find is that if we look hard enough, immersed in the uncertainty, the disruption, and in some cases, the tragedy, there's something to be gained. A tiny candle flickering in the night that will eventually grow to light our way. Because that road to tomorrow is paved with hope. There are pages unwritten, stories untold, and a new chapter to begin.
Pages unwritten, stories untold, and a new chapter to begin. It's been a really unusual 6 months for almost everyone on the planet. You might feel that we're a long way from starting a new chapter, and many of you may still be finding it strange at work, at home, even out in the community, especially given recent announcements. So I don't mind sharing with you that I've really struggled at times. My work's a massive part of who I am. I genuinely believe that what we do makes a difference. So taking a large part of our function away, I find really difficult, and I've spent a lot of time in this one room. It's my living room, my dining room, it's now my office, and there's even my washroom behind this backdrop as well. So I've had really low points, and I'm healthy. I've got a good job, good partner and friends. So I can only imagine what it's like for young people. So I just want to start again with a massive thank you for everything that you do and you continue to do for our young people and their families, not just in the classroom, but we know that you go above and beyond, and you have done, especially over the last 6 months. So again, a massive thank you for ensuring that they don't miss out. I want to acknowledge as well that, as ever, we know that school sport, physical activity, PE, just a small part of your role. I know it will be a fantastic and massively important part, but we do appreciate that it is just part of your role, and we're very much here to support. Thankfully, I've been fortunate in the past few weeks to get out and about into schools, and it's been great to see young people happy, smiling, interactive and learning. And it's been great to see that virtually every school is still doing PE and school sport. So youth sport trust research shows that at least 70% of schools are still doing physical education on more than they were previously, which is fantastic. And in particular, young people in schools are recognising the value of physical activity to help them stay well and to stay active. So I do believe that we've now got an opportunity to start a new chapter and to put PE and school sport at the heart of our school communities for young people and for adults as well. So Katy will touch on a little later in the video about the Youth Sport Trust World Schools launch. But I want to touch on a little bit around the resources that we've got available. We know that funding and time are tight. We know that resources are stretched. So it's really important that what we do is highly impactful and of high value. So clearly there are lots of priorities at the moment and lots of competing priorities, but in terms of physical activity and school sport, really believe it's important that we're advocating that 60 minutes a day for every child, ideally 30 minutes within the school environment. Physical education happening and going ahead. And when we do move back to clubs, that we're looking to work on targeting those young people who need support the most. So I just want to start off with giving an overview of just one of the programs that we've got that's been adapted for the current situation. And it's a football program, at which point some of you may switch off because I know there are lots of football opportunities out there already. So why this program and why are we promoting it? Well, it absolutely aligns to the vision which you can see behind me. And I want to start just by sharing a short video from Sue Campbell. Some of you will know Baroness Sue, who used to be the Chief Executive Officer and Chair of the Youth Sport Trust for a number of years. She's a PE teacher, a educator, and first and foremost, she is a massive advocate for social change, for promoting the value of physical activity. And I just want to share a short clip that I've taken from the presentation she gave to us as strategic leads a week or two ago.
Well, I'm going to talk to you about football with a purpose. So did I go to the FA because I love football? Yes, I do. I've always enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing it when I was a primary school youngster, and I enjoyed watching it as an adult. But I didn't come to the Football Association for that reason. I came because I'm passionate about girls and women fulfilling their lifelong ambitions in whatever field they want to pursue. And I felt that football had a way of reaching families in a way that perhaps politicians and political edicts don't reach. It's spoken about in so many homes. It's seen to be almost a religion, I would say, in this country. Football is so dominant. And if we can help to normalise girls' participation, we can have a positive impact on girls' position in society as a whole. A bit what Colin was saying earlier. So my passion is to use football as a tool to affect real change for the inequalities that sit in society. And those are gender inequalities, as well as diverse ethnic background inequalities that exist in our society. So both diversity and gender are critical if we're going to get this right. And I think we have to really understand that we've got to affect mindset here. This isn't about people necessarily being prejudiced or against anything, but it is about helping people to realise that actually it's about access and opportunity. It isn't that we can change the way culturally people behave or think, but we can present our sports, present football as something that can speak to any culture, any young girl, of whatever age and whatever ability. So the one thing I do want to really get across to you is that we are absolutely committed 100% to this being about all girls, not just the talented. We're not looking for the next England player. We're looking to use football as a tool to enrich physical education and school sport and to enrich the lives of young girls. And that inclusion is central to our purpose.
And that vision of inclusion is absolutely central to our purpose as an organisation as well. And again, aligns to what you can see behind me. If anyone wants to hear more from Sue, I'll happily share the full video with you. She goes on to talk about the 3 keys of the programme, which are respect, confidence, and resilience. I passionately believe in the transferable benefits of sport, but we have the most chance of achieving them with well-constructed lessons and sessions and opportunities. And this programme really provides the tools to draw out some of those benefits. We can provide training and support for your school staff and volunteers to encourage those values and skills. So having looked at the why, I just want to share a short video again with a glimpse of the what and the how.
The FA are on the mission to introduce football to every girl who have traditionally not had the opportunity to play the national game. It's just wonderful through their schooling that every child will have the chance to play.
The sport chose me as opposed to I chose it. I was just obsessed with kicking the ball around and I just fell in love with the game. Shooting Stars programme was a great initiative for young girls to play football.
We want football to be for all girls, whether it's for fun and friendship or whether they have a dream of one day being a lioness. The Shooting Stars initiative will be available in 1,200 primary schools across the country. It's all part of our game plan for growth, which aims to double participation by 2020. The initiative consists of 2 programmes, active playthrough storytelling, which is using the inspiration of Disney characters, and after-school clubs, which is an opportunity to learn a little bit more of the football skills.
At Disney, we're really proud of our healthy living commitment, especially this new Shooting Stars initiative, which inspires girls through our storytelling, be that The Incredibles 2, Aladdin, Guardians of the Galaxy, helps build their confidence and get them out there active and playing football. The research so far shows us that the Disney characters are incredibly powerful at inspiring girls to take part, but also increasing the level of intensity of their activity. So the partnership with Disney is really bringing football to life for girls.
When we developed this programme with the FA, we thought it was hugely important to make sure we were able to give young girls a voice and to feel confident in their own skin. All of the sessions are linked directly to the National Curriculum for English and PE.
Not only does it develop their physical literacy skills, but importantly it closes educational gaps as well because it's focused on developing language and communication skills. So not only is it getting children fit and healthy, developing their friendships, giving them some fun, but it's really helping their educational achievement as well. Oh, you got water for Drew, high fives!
This is an amazing initiative that I wasn't lucky enough to have when I was growing up. So it's fabulous now to see that the opportunity is there for young girls to play football. And you never know, one day, some of these girls might be future lionesses.
So just a short overview there of a couple of the courses available for free through this programme. On top of the Shooting Stars programme, we've also got free access to Private Teachers Award, which focuses on delivering high quality physical education, not just football. And it would be a great course for any school staff to boost their confidence, be they NQTs, TAs or experienced teachers. And the Shooting Stars programme is even open to external providers and volunteers. So great chance to engage some more help for you so everything isn't on you as the coordinator at the school. At our live session, we heard from Steph from Links FA because they're a little bit further down the line than we are in Notts. And she touched on how we'll use the programme to link with the community and to help provide opportunity for all girls to access club sport as well. Like I touched on earlier, the key is for us to maximise impact. It's not just sport and activity for the sake of it. We're really trying to create a culture and sustainable opportunities where we're networking with other partnerships from the county, with the Football Association, with the school's FA and the professional clubs to try and create a coordinated pathway to community clubs, to Wildcat centres, and we're really excited about the opportunities that we've got available. So if you're really interested and you want to get ahead of the game, just give me a call or drop me an email and I'll show you what we can do to get the process started. There's some pledges and some opportunities that you can take part in now, but really happy to follow up if you need any more support or if you're interested. So really encourage you to get involved with it. I think it's a massively important program. Like Sue touched on, there are great transferable benefits, and it absolutely just isn't about football. You know, lots of people see football as a great game. Hopefully, you know, we can use it as a vehicle to inspire young women to achieve their best, and to see that they're equal, and to provide some really high quality opportunities to be active as well. At this point in our live sessions, we provided opportunity to go into breakout rooms, and we posed a few questions to a discussion. So we looked at what PE, school sport and physical activity are you currently doing, what opportunities are you providing to influence 30 active minutes, and really looked at what support do you need, what advice do you need, and is there anything that's going to help you keep people active going forward. So the main themes that came up were, as you'd expect, questions around what's appropriate, what can and can't we do, how do we clean equipment, how do we keep people distanced, ideas for how to be active, and what skills and what sports that you can and can't do. If anyone needs any more advice around that, broxtoactiveschools.co.uk/distance PE. We've compiled all the ideas and opportunities on there from the Association for PE and the Youth Sport Trust. There are also a few other bits and pieces on there which really follow the government guidance, try and provide updates, because I know they're changing all the time, but trying to keep updated in line with the return to sport guidance, and to make sure that everything's within best practice and what's happening locally. But really encouraging from those discussions that everyone within the group was still doing physical education and that it remains a priority. I think the key challenges at the moment are fitting them into new timetables, fitting them into extended break times and more staggered breaks. But in general, most managing to do PE outside at the moment, quite a few schools still having it taking place in the hall anyway within bubble groups. But if anyone needs to put in touch with other people to see what they're doing in schools, or if you need more resources and ideas, please let us know. Jess is obviously delivering physical education in a few schools at the moment. She's got some good ideas of what's happening. I'm more than happy to provide support around that. Okay, just some updates for you now. So in terms of national picture, some of you will have probably seen and appreciate that quite a lot of sectors have chosen to furlough staff because we're unable to operate and deliver. Broxton Active Schools, clearly, we benefited from that scheme from the start of April because we weren't able to deliver in schools because of the situation. That meant that thankfully we could give refunds to schools on their service level agreements, and also helped us to retain the roles into this academic year as well. So as a national picture, Youth Sport Trust were absolutely the same. They've still got quite a lot of staff either partially furloughed or fully furloughed, and unfortunately they have had redundancies due to the process, and they're suffered quite substantially financially due to the lack of not being able to deliver at the moment. Similarly, local leisure centres, you will no doubt be aware that weren't able to open for a prolonged period of time, still impacted by current restrictions, and our leisure are working hard to keep the facilities open and to keep the sports development team going as well. Though those of you that have met Becky and Chloe, Becky's still fully furloughed, Chloe has come back in, but with very much a business operations view that she's working within the centres, trying to get people back within them. So the mental health work that we were doing and the sort of wider development work is slightly paused from their point of view, which is why we're really keen that we continue as an Active Schools network to advocate and support young people and their families being active within the community, and we'll continue to support with that. So clearly lots of challenges nationally at the moment, but lots of positives as well. You'll all have seen that in the summer, thankfully, PE and Sport Premium was confirmed again for another year. Clearly the decision came very late. There was always rumour and whisper around the network that it was going to continue in some form, and that there were very strong communications that it was likely to happen, but thankful to get that notice before the end of term, and On the back of that, you may see the article there around Mo Farah and his PE teacher, who is a school games organiser at the moment and a network manager similar to myself. So we've set up a national networking group to try and advocate that longer term decisions are made further in advance, so we have a clear picture to what you'll be getting in terms of budget, in terms of support, because the premium's been around for a while now. It's absolutely fantastic and helps you to do so many more things than you'd be able to do without it. And if that is going to go, we need to know that and be able to plan around that. So again, it's only guaranteed until the end of this academic year. As ever, we'd encourage you to spend it on things that are going to give you long-term impact. What is going to have an impact on those children coming into your school now when they're leaving? How do you create that love of physical activity? Massively advocate the Association for PE Level 5 Subject Leader Qualification. I know quite a few schools have benefited from that already. Jess has recently been on that course, and Amy, so if anyone wants any feedback from that, we could happily give you that. But really helping you to deliver high quality physical education and then support the development within the school. So great to see that's been confirmed, and we're very much pushing for a longer term announcement. And as you've probably seen, the budget and with it, the spending review is very much likely to be pushed back again until the current situation is a bit clearer, which the school games funding is only currently confirmed until March next year. Clearly, we're starting to head towards that. PE and Sport Premium only until the end of the academic year. So really, as an organisation, we're working on the what if. What if that funding goes? How do we keep supporting you? And what if you don't have that premium? How do you continue to deliver high quality physical education, school sports and physical activity, and what does that look like? So we're still trying to draw in funding from various sources, so we're not over-reliant on one stream to keep that network going, because we do believe that as a network we have that benefit of being able to access stakeholders to provide support to you, because as I touched on at the start of the video, we know it's only one small part of your role, but we do think that physical activity and sport is vital for young people. So we'll keep pushing that agenda, keep looking for longer term announcements. But, normally when things are postponed, we get a year's extension. That tends to be the status quo. So we're hoping to confirm that sooner rather than later. We'll keep you updated on that national picture. But in general, like I touched on slightly earlier, PE and sport continues to be delivered. We're gradually returning to activity. All the research shows that young people aren't as active as they were before lockdown and have really struggled during that transition period as well. So we're really advocating as much as possible that 60 active minutes a day. And I'm going to touch on now around some of the resources that we've got available for free to support you with that. So in terms of locally, you may have seen the active at home resources that we put together over the summer. Stand-up knots, the aim of that, the date's actually gone. It was Friday the 25th of September. Hopefully some of you picked it up. I know some of you were tweeting and sharing the IDs that you do on the day, which is great. But if you visit the Active Knots website, there are some resources there around active classrooms. There's a video there delivered by young people, thanks to Breakout Hills for a couple of the presenters in that video, just posing some questions to young people around why they shouldn't think we should be active, how they could be active within the school day, and then pledging how they may be a little bit more active in the future. So a bit of an assembly resource that you could do within your classes, within your bubbles, and some activity ideas of how to stay active at school and at home as well. The back to school games. So this term we've got 3 different activities that we'll be sending to you on a monthly basis or so. So the first one you should have already, which is the athletics. A series of skill challenge, personal challenges that you could do within lesson or at break time, or the children can take away to do in their own time, trying to improve their scores. If you want to enter the district or county competition, it's simply a case of completing the spreadsheet, which is available on the website, and sending the scores back to us. So really personal best theme, trying to help young people to improve their score, to be determined, show that passion, and try to improve the score that they get during that time. Also opportunity to be part of the school team and to submit as many scores as you can from your school as well. You may have seen on our website, we've signposted to the resources that are available online. So the Youth Sport Trust Return to PE and Sport Framework, the Association for PE, best practice documents, the videos around risk assessments and delivering PE at the moment. We'll keep those available on the website. We'll also start to develop some resources ourselves to share with you, and I'm just in the process of trying to get a team set up so we can share things directly rather than you have to find them on various places of the website. If anyone needs any specific advice around activity delivery or what they can and can't do, or just any general conversations, please do let us know. Again, earlier in the video, I gave an overview of one of the programs that we've got available. We're looking to make sure that everything that we do is of a high quality. Those of you that have been involved for a number of years will know that we have lots of events and activities in the calendar normally. Clearly that's not possible this year. And while those events and activities, we do think they're a high standard, we do need to work smart as well. So we need to make sure that what we are doing really has a value and an impact, as I touched on in the girls football video, really looking to make sure that we're achieving that vision that's behind me, and also making sure that we're maximizing resources and the impact of any time that goes into those programs. So lots of high quality professional development opportunities available that we'll be rolling out to you through the year, both virtual and hopefully physical attendance later on in the academic year, depending on how we progress. You may have seen that unfortunately Amy's moved on due to the situation. Her partner is looking to do a PhD, and they've relocated back to where they came from in the Worcester area to do that, which is unfortunate for us, but does mean that, because she was really settling into her role, but does mean that we've got some exciting vacancies available on our website. Please do share them. The closing date is the 5th of October. As you might imagine at the moment, a massive field, really exciting, some of the applications that we've got in, and thanks to those that have offered to be involved in the shortlisting and interview process, because we really are keen to get someone in who's going to support you to make a difference. Clearly we debated, don't we recruit at the moment, but the funding that we've got coming in for various projects really is there at the moment, and we definitely believe that we can make a difference with getting someone in to deliver those programs and that support to you. So look out for that, hopefully in the coming month or two when we get someone within to post. And just finally to touch on, really conscious that it's a long time since I've seen quite a few of you, even before lockdown, that there's lots in everyone's diary. It'd be really good to catch up with you individually. I'm really conscious that time is tight and time is precious, but I hope that taking 20-30 minutes or so, or a little bit longer if you'd like that now, can help us to plan out the year and really how we're going to maximize that impact of physical education and sport within your school on young people and the wider benefits that we can create from that. So you should have all had the link that I've sent out that lets you just add a meeting into my diary to say that back and forward between us. Just drop in the notes section if you'd like to meet on Zoom, Teams, phone call, whatever it may be. Hopefully at some point it'll be easy to come back into school. I am happy to do that, but I'm aware that it's probably not an essential visit to school at the moment, but please do let me know if that's the easiest way for you to meet. But yeah, as I say, Jess is still in post. Saban, as you know, is working in a couple of schools as well, providing support to them, and I'm available to support as required. Please do let us know if there's anything that we can support with, and keep looking at the website and social media for all the resources that we do have available. Okay, our final updates from Katy Rogers from the Youth Sport Trust. Katy is a former PE teacher. Some of you may know her. She's attended our previous networking events. Katy's going to just speak a little bit about the Youth Sport Trust and what they've been up to over the past few months, some of the free support that they've got available, and just one of the membership opportunities available to all schools. If you're an affiliate member of Broxton Active Schools, you may have opted into the associate membership, which is just £50. Katy's going to talk about the next level, the core membership, and should you opt into that, then that £50 will be discounted off this. But really good overview of some of the support available, and she's going to give a little bit of detail around some of the things that are available for you to access.
Hi, my name's Katy Rogers. I'm one of the Regional Development Managers for Youth Sport Trust. And Steve's just asked me to give you a bit of an update of what Youth Sport Trust have been doing during lockdown and to support schools as they go back now, and to give you some more information about our membership offer for this year. So first of all, over lockdown, we've been really busy helping with students who are at home. So we've put a lot of work together for families that they can access, and there are some really simple physical activity tasks and some PE homework that they can do at home. These are all free to access on our website, and the links are on there on the slides for you. Since schools have returned, we've also been really keen to support schools, especially with the mental and physical well-being of their young people. And on this website here, this section of our website, there's loads of guidance documents about a safe return to school, how to access physical activity in a safe manner, information about after-school clubs, that sort of thing. So again, loads of information there for schools that should be really useful to you. And then the big piece of work that we've been taking part in over the summer is preparing our Well Schools platform. So this is a really brand new initiative. It was actually launched on Tuesday, and it's now live, and the Well Schools platform is there for anyone to access. It's all free to access. It's powered by the Youth Sport Trust and supported by the Bupa Foundation. However, it's run by schools, and the whole purpose of this is for schools to help and support each other, to share ideas, good practice, what they're doing to improve the well-being of their school and how they put that at the heart of the school. The work there is for staff, for pupils and the wider community, so it's a really holistic approach which we're hoping will be really useful to schools, especially at this moment in time, and the feedback so far is really good. So that's a very brief description of the things I've been working on. The other thing Steve's asked me to talk to you is about our membership offer for this year. Just to let you know that what you actually get for your money, essentially. So we have 3 levels of membership. We have core, plus and premium, and obviously the cost it goes up with each level, and you get more benefits. So I'm just going to talk to you briefly about the core level membership, which is £210 for the year. So the benefits this year are so much better, and you get so much more for your money than you have done in previous years. The first thing you will get are actual physical resources. So my personal best resources, which I think I've spoken to some of you about before, which is our resources to help you explicitly teach life skills through PE. So you will get a full set of those resources to use in your schools. You'll also get the chatties cards, which, if you've not seen them before, they are a series of cards with emojis on them. And there is guidance on how you can use these with young people in focus groups, in lessons. There's some amazing work being done with them, especially with SEN children. And again, so you'll get a full set of those cards as part of the membership. You'll get personal development posters, so 12 posters that you can use around school that look at how pupils are developing their personal development, both within PE lessons but also in the wider context of school, and then how they can use those in the real world as it is. There's a curriculum mapping guide which gets you to look at your curriculum mapping across the school and how you can develop that for the best for your young people. A power of enrichment resource, again looking at what enrichment you offer your young people in your school and how that can be useful and how that can be developed. Then our electronic PE toolkit, which is all about how we can reintroduce young people back into the school environment, obviously post-COVID lockdown. So they're the actual physical resources that you get to start with. You then get our accreditation. So the quality mark is our accreditation award. This is a self-reflection tool. It's not a judgment by any means, but you do, at the end of it, you will be awarded a bronze, a silver or a gold. The whole purpose of this is that you can use it to develop the practice in your school. And it doesn't just look at PE, it looks wider than that. So again, it's a really simple, easy to use tool. It's all online. You can sit as a PE lead by yourself, you can sit with other members of staff, work through it, and you rate your own school where you think you are at the moment, and then it will give you examples of how you could develop in that area. If you are awarded a gold quality mark, there is an accreditation process. So myself would come out, or at the moment it'd probably be virtual, and speak to you, members of the school, look at what it is that you're doing, because we do want it to have some kudos. So if we just let everybody say they were gold, then it wouldn't have as much kudos. So although it's a development tool, there can be an accreditation, and myself coming out and verifying that for you if that is something that you would like to do. Other new things for this year as part of the membership are our recorded and our live webinars. So the recorded ones are there for you to access when is a convenient time for yourself. So the Power of a Well School is the first one, and then some information about relationships, sex education, health education, and how they can be related in PE lessons and how PE can help to deliver on that curriculum. There's also some new monthly live webinars on various different topics. The first one is actually today, but all members have access to that, free to access live, but then they are also recorded, so if you can't access them when they're live, you can look at them at a later date. Today we've already got 150 schools will sign up to the one today, so again it'll be a really good idea of sharing good practice and discussing relevant topics for schools. Finally, the last little bit is all about communications. So a bi-monthly newsletter and a termly magazine just keeps you up to date with what's going on in the world of PE, physical education, school sport and physical activity. You'll also have access through those newsletters to our funded programmes. So again, these are things that come into us from other organisations where we have funding available and we recruit schools to take part in some of these programmes. So that's a whistle-stop tour through the membership. And if you want any more information, please visit the website where the link is on the PowerPoint there. And that's it, a whistle-stop tour. I apologise for speaking quickly, I just wanted to get through it. The links are on there. If you have any more questions, go to the website and have a look, or if you want to contact me, they're my contact details. Thank you.
Thanks to Katy for that update. As a lot of you know, Youth Sport Trust have been around for 25 years now. Like any organisation, they've gone through a lot of challenges over the past few months, but they're still working hard to support us in advocating PE, school sport and physical activity and really pushing that national agenda. So thanks to Katy for taking that time to update. As she touched on, some really good resources that you get for membership. You also, that quality mark is a great tool to look at how you're developing physical education, physical activity and sport within your school. It provides an extension really to what the Games Mark framework does, because Games Mark focuses mainly on competitive opportunities. And also the Youth Sport Trust quality marks available for infant schools as well, which clearly the Games Mark isn't. Hopefully some ideas there for you to take away, some free resources for you to use. In terms of support from us going forward, we'll make sure that everything continues to be uploaded to the download section of the website and all the other relevant pages as needed. Please make sure that you talk to your service provider to make sure that our email address is added to the safe list so they keep coming through, because I know some schools have been struggling if there are links or if there are attachments to anything. If you think you're missing out, please do let us know. And again, if you need any support, just drop us a call or an email. But massive thanks again for all of your work. Hope you're still enjoying delivering physical education and keeping children active within schools. But yeah, thank you for your support. Good luck, have fun, stay safe.